She got some in the city, yeah. Her eyes are wide and lips ain't quivering. Get on, Daisy, your voice so familiar. So Dazcats, Hissy Fit, preparing to head off for the Peterport Fastnet Qualifier. On board we have Beth Hayward, our purchasing manager, back at the yard. Hello, Beth.
Hello.
You've been out on Hissy Fit very briefly previously, haven't you? Yeah, so I hope you enjoy it. And we have Simon Biffa Baker.
Hello.
Hello, Simon. Everything all right?
Yeah.
Excellent. And we have Will Rogers on board. Will's first sail on Hissy Fit. Hello, Will.
Fifteen. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's all hoisted.
Get on, Morpheus.
Maybe we should stick the head on here a little bit. I mean, yeah, there looks like it's a bit more at the other side of the Morpheus. There's a bit more to windward. We're now down at 11, so I think we ought to rig it. We'll have to lose your barber haul arrangement because we have to give that over to the J0. Yeah, yeah. Evening.
How are you doing?
All good. We're just an hour after the start, about to change the helm. Beth's about to come up. We've got Morpheus a couple of miles ahead of us, doing about 2 knots more, and the rest of the fleet behind. We got Sueños, Dazzle, Foxy. Dazzle's closest. Sueños has gone up quite high now. Bare Necessities and Guernsey Tiger. Anyway, Beth, do you want to come and have a go? So I've been pretty much just keeping a handle on these guys and just trying to balance these numbers. Very little rudder movement needed. It's just steering itself pretty much. Sorry?
What is that sound?
That sound, that's the speaker here, VHF speaker, so you can turn it up or down there. And then we've got the trend here, so the true wind angle 78, 77. That's what we've got to keep an eye on, just the sail trim. I mean, there's nothing in here that Morpheus just gone over it. You know, it's nine meters, the shallow part there, so nothing to concern ourselves with this wave pattern. We've got just over an hour to go before E1, which is our turning mark. So we're maintaining sort of 8.5, 9 knots at the moment. So in an hour's time, we've probably got a bear away, probably a reaching spinnaker, and then a leg of, I'm not quite sure how many miles it is, 80 miles or something, over towards the French coast. So we'll be getting there, I guess, at first light, and then a run down towards Jersey.
That's all right. It's pretty comfortable. Yeah, it's a lot bigger than what I'm used to. But yeah, it's a Dazcat, so a lot of the way the boat's set up is pretty similar and familiar. Yeah, it's cool. We've had a pretty quick run out to the Eddystone, which is just over there. So yeah, it's cool.
Good. Looking forward to tonight?
Yeah. Always looking forward to sailing through a night. It's good fun.
Brilliant.
Would you like to do some talking?
Suppose so. Hi Oriel, how are you? This is Bare Necessities on the Fastnet Qualifier. We're off to Guernsey. We have some old hands on board. So we've got Pete behind the camera, we've got Brendan who's driving, and we need to introduce Danny. Danny's been up the mast, bending things, and playing with string, bending things. So at the moment it's Danny 2, the rest of us nil. Southwest of Guernsey before we turn, and we then head across the French coast. So we're doing a leg that will take us to somewhere off Verdun, which is where one of the other Plymouth races goes, and then we turn there and go to Jersey, towards Jersey, and then before we get to hit Jersey, we then turn and go into St. Petersburg, hopefully. And in terms of run time, well, we've got arrival time anything from 8 o'clock in the morning through to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's a very exact science, this routing.
So it's 20 to 8 on the evening of St. Petersburg race. You can't really see her, but Easy Tiger's back there with the Eddystone. Bare Necessities is sort of almost level pegging with Foxy. Then we have Dazzle and Hissy Fit up there in the distance. And we've got Svenos to windward and ahead of us, who we're trying to catch up with.
Morning. Yeah, we've had a fairly good trip here. Breeze has been up and down a bit. Currently got one reef in, just about 2-3 miles to the finish probably at St. Peter Port. We've got Dazzle, who's also rounded the turning mark just north of Jersey. She's about 3.5-4 miles back. And then Bare Necessities, we can see she's approaching the turning mark. Svenos a little bit further back, about 12-13 miles. So everyone's done pretty well last night. Been a few jibes involved. Reef in, reef out. Beth and Will done pretty well. First time over to Guernsey for these two. Beth's going to get us across the line. Well, we've done this race last couple of years. RNSA, Royal Naval Sailing Association, St. Peter Port. It's a good little race actually, and they're very good hosts. And we asked them if they would make our Fastnet Qualifier part of this weekend. So we've got 165 miles out over here, which is why we haven't come straight to St. Peter Port. And then we've got a trip back tomorrow morning, departure at 09:30. Back to Plymouth, but we're not quite sure what the course is yet. Fishing boat's still there, isn't he?
Good morning and welcome aboard Minus Swing. We're currently sat in Hamble Marina. We're about to slip lines and head out for the start of the Myth and Malum race. And I think we'll bring you along with us. Cheers.
Right, Jeremy, where are we? Any 8.2 knots up, about 23 knots breeze, up to 26 currently.
So we've just come out the back of our little rain squall, and the wind's dropped a little bit, so we've shaken out reef 2, and the sun's come out now, so it's perfect. Anything else there, Jeremy?
When you're making their way in. Hello, Dazzle. How is your sail? Hello. Oh, wet. You look a bit wet, Matt, actually. We're doing a little bit of maintenance, taking the opportunity, whilst everybody else is sitting around drinking beer. Well done, Will. Good for you.
Have a cup of tea.
Yeah.
The Multihulls fleet, the Multihulls, are doing a Fastnet Qualifier, so they are sailing 300 miles, and they did 165 miles last night. The first one across the line this morning was Morpheus at about sort of 2 o'clock in the morning, doing about 20 knots. Most of the people came in between sort of 9 o'clock and lunchtime. I was quite pleased to see Foxy, who sort of brought up the rear. Good going. We're very encouraged by the addition of the Mocker fleet to our racing, because it's only certainly in the past few years, very much to the efforts of Neil Boughton in his boat, that they've come sailing with us, and we're very, very pleased. We are here to encourage sailing, and that's sailing across the board. And so
even weirdos,
even persons with 3 hulls. So who was the latest winner?
bare necessities.
Bare necessities. Bruce, where is he?
He's behind you.
Where's Bruce?
On behalf of Mockra, I'd like to say a heartfelt thanks to Ed, because he has been very, very, very accommodating, because we are awkward. We take up more than one berth. We don't know what time we're going to arrive. We sometimes don't arrive at all. And it's been really, really good to race. We raced last year with you, and we were going to do the Roscoff race, but unfortunately we were ill. But no, it's been absolutely brilliant. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Morning, Simon.
Morning all.
Would you like to tell me what's happening this morning?
So we're departing St Peterport, Guernsey, the Channel Islands, and heading back to Plymouth via a couple of marks. We've got return to Multihulls off of north coast of France, a virtual mark there, which is a sort of hard on the wind, but hopefully not too much tacking to get there. We might have to put a couple in, but we looks like we might have a bit of tide underneath us, and then we'll be heading north towards Hans Depoy, which is near the Eddystone Lighthouse off of Plymouth, and then we'll have a little bit of a bear away at that point for a 10 or 12 mile run back towards the finish at the breakwater. And that will give us enough miles to do the 300 for the Royal Fastnet Qualifier. We've got the rest of the Multihulls. Easy Tiger's already slipped his lines. Sueños, Dazzle and Bare Necessities are on the pontoon with us. And then further back we've got Morpheus and Foxy. So I suspect there's going to be 8 foot swell, maybe a bit more, and 20 to 25 knots of wind probably. So we'll probably be, reef 1, reef 2 type of situation, depending what it's like. Really, we'll find out when we get out there. We've been watching the Myth and Malin boats that left Cowes yesterday morning. They're just approaching the Eddystone Lighthouse at the moment, so we probably won't see those guys. They'll be round and gone before we get there.
Yeah, hopefully the roads come through. We can get some sleep soon.
Previously, we'd sometimes bumped into them if they'd had a slow race.
Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
How's it been for you?
Yeah, good. Really, really good. Yeah, it's been good to get on the boat and learn more about it. Really.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good to learn the boat, see how it all works, see how Simon runs the boat, all that stuff. Really good fun experience.
Well, I haven't done that much night sailing really, so learning we did a watch system of 2 hours on, 3 hours off, which was interesting. Previously, I've done 2 hours on, 2 hours off, and I struggled with the big 2 hours on the helm. But yeah, this way of doing an hour on the helm, an hour sort of off on helping with other bits and pieces, it's been a lot better.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting to come on the boat, learn how Simon runs the boat in terms of managing the crew, managing the boat, making decisions. Really interesting overnight making decisions about how keeping it safe, maintaining crew's sort of well-being and stuff. But also just good, always good to see how another boat's run and operate to learn from.
Great stuff. Well, he's hoping for a good sail home.
Yeah.
You've been busy while we've been here in port, haven't you, Will?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me a little bit about that?
Just been sort of going through, made some new roof handles here, / washing line for Simon. You're doing a bit of whipping on some ropes, getting a bit chafed and stuff. Just sort of trying to keep him busy, really.
Great. And have you enjoyed the sailing so far?
Yeah, it's been really good.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun, a lot of fast sailing, downwind most of it. So yeah, it was really good. It was quite cool to sail at night, to be honest. It was a bit scary and a bit like on edge, but yeah, it was good to learn. It's definitely something fun.
All good? Yeah.
The 18-foot skips when the guys from yeah.
Could you remind me, please, if there's a man overboard? What
Yeah,
is the...
there's those two buttons there. You can just see the cross the man overboard.
Right,
bit,
okay, yep.
So
The tick and the cross.
Yeah, I accidentally was pressing when I was on downstairs.
Right.
Does that send it, it's just within the boat?
Yeah,
It doesn't send it elsewhere? Okay.
You've got your AIS in here, which
Self-activate?
will activate. It should go off automatically, and then that should ping up on the screen here.
Okay. And where's my blowy thing in here? Because it isn't a self-activating...
Well, I think these ones have got a handle here. So I think let's get it in. We've got 17 minutes.
Right.
Okay.
That's worst. Did these sheets need to come off, or they just be pulled into the bag?
Rather they like come off before the start.
One in the front is on this side.
So the plan is you'll go across the start line with this full sail up, carry on down the sides there, and then put the reef in before we get to the corner.
Is the radio on? 69?
Yeah.
A little zip down there.
Five. 20. Yeah. I think I made the GoPro work. Oriel, you'll be proud of me. So we're at the start. There's Hitty. Morpheus is just beside us, having a few little picks up, but I'm sure when we get around the end of the island, he will pick up a bit more. Got ET behind us here, and Bigfoot down there. Dazzle a bit behind, and Foxy was just trying to sort something on their jib before they crack on. So we'll keep you updated.
It's all pretty calm down below, considering what it's been like up there. Fruit bowl is still firmly in place, and tea is in the making.
Down a bit, and it needs to move forward.
Giving away Hissy Fit's trade secrets here.
That one, will. The wind jig, we're going to try and take the jib off. You're only going to be on it for a moment, aren't you? Okay. Left jib off. So you want to move the holes forward, yeah? Move forward. Which one do you reckon? That's the way to do it, yeah. Get on the feet, don't mind.
What's for lunch today?
We have some lamb curry with lentils, spinach and tomato. Some pilau rice with lemongrass and coriander, cumin, spices. And I'm just heating up some naan bread in the oven there.
Wow.
So,
Well, it sounds much better than my normal pot noodle.
Pot noodles are bad for you, Will. So we're having a bit of a late lunch on Hissy Fit. That's to get us into the night. Having curry.
Hissy Fit, currently coming across the English Riviera channel, doing about 26 knots of breeze, doing 12 knots. Currently at 341 degrees, so 60 with the wind true and wind angle is 65. Reaching along, two reefs in the main, reef jib, feeling good. Beautiful sunset, on a roll.
It's pretty feisty on board Hissy Fit, coming towards sunset. Looking gorgeous out there. I'm sorry, was that a misinterpretation? Some people's gorgeous is other people's nightmare. We're doing 9.8 over the ground, wind angle 65 degrees, wind speed up to 23, 24 knots occasionally, and we have sunset. What you can see of it. And we have a reef in the jib, as you can see, but the fruit bowl remains where it should be. So Hissy Fit coming into Plymouth. It's been quite a sail today. Lumpy, wet.
Biscuit was we just eat. That's horrible if it kept off the
Simon?
I ate that earlier and it just made me throw up. Literally, I took a bite of it.
I thought that was a spinach.
The spinach was a bit of out from the teeth.
Can you
Spinach
can you be sensible, please? We're trying to make a video.
We're meters away. We can tell you now.
We're meters off the finish line.
Wind has died. We are 815 meters from the finish.
Excellent. And what time is it, please?
2:27.
3 minutes. Will guessed at 2:30 for a finish. If we can get there in 3 minutes, he's nailed it.
Young Will.
Young Will.
Yep.
We've got Easy Tiger, is just by the Eddystone.
Okay, they've done well.
Yeah, they do look like they've done well.
Mm-hmm.
And then Foxy, Svenjos and Dazzle are a few miles back from there.
And where is Bare Necessities?
Not sure, his AIS isn't the sharpest, so he doesn't have much range.
Okay. I guess Morpheus is well and truly in. Hannah Hayward is
She was probably in for Sunday
on.
night.
She's on Facebook already, so yeah, yes.
She's probably warming up.
Yeah.
She's probably in bed.
She probably is in a nice cozy bed, Beth. Is he fit in? 2:30.
Well, all I want is a good time to relax my mind. 4 in the morning, I'm all for you. All I need